Oh my gosh.
He's not a kid, he's a contender.
Let me tell you what. First round knockout. He put Tevin Farmer down, Floyd Schofield. He put Tevin Farmer down twice in the first minute of the fight. Then the third time, rocked him, referee stopped the fight. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that I was going to crucify Schofield if he didn't look good tonight. Why they call his dad Auntie? That's the dude in the back. I was going to crucify him because I was like, man, he better look good tonight with all the controversies he's been in with his team and his father and, you know, turning down money in fights, and he better look good. And as far as Tevin Farmer is concerned, he's not done. He just never recovered from that first punch. Hey, listen, the fight was only a minute long. Barely that, to be very honest. So it's not really much to talk about outside of what is next. I'm going to get you a replay on TstreeT Controversy with 5View 360, and man, what a way to open up the pay-per-view. So if you don't know, he's ranked at the 135-pound division. He competes at 135. 135 is not really as strong as it used to be now that guys like Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia all moved up. However, you still got Tank Davis there. I don't think he's going to fight Tank Davis. And I wonder if he's going to stay at 135, because wasn't there some issues or concerns about weight with Schofield? We haven't got a replay yet, but when we do, as I said, first round knockout, first round stoppage, dropped him twice in the first minute and knocked him out. I mean, stopped him in the first minute. And once Tevin Farmer went down for that first one, he was never really the same. Let me see if Twitter got some replays for you. And he's still on a stool. Let's see. We got some replays on Twitter. Twitter be fast with them. Hold on. I don't want you to see in case something pop up. I follow a lot of BBWs on my Twitter. Nope, I don't see any replays yet. But when we get them, so now the question is, I mean, what's going to be next? And this is a guy, Tevin Farmer, who made, that was the first one. He was never the same after that. That was about 30 seconds into the fight. And then he got up and then put him, wait, that's still the first one. Now, Tevin Farmer is a guy who took, William Zepeda to hell and back in 2 straight fights. I believe this is the stoppage. Oh, yeah. That was the second knockdown. I can't really keep showing you that because the zone is going to copyright. They like giving copyrights out like candy, so we're going to be very careful with this. But as you can see, he was never able to recover, and the referee stepped in. So let's go look at the rankings at 135 pounds and talk about what's logically next. See, the thing is, you don't know what this kid, man, like his team, you know, been too all over the place about what they want to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that, let's listen to the particulars, get a post-fight interview, see if you can call out anybody.
Might have been too much for Tevin Farmer, but so was Floyd Schofield.
Let's see if we got a replay now.
Let's go to Big Mo.
We got to mute this music.
White calls a stop to this contest at 1
Apologize if there's an echo. My Bluetooth is on the fritz.
Declaring your winner by knockout, and now the WBA Continental Lightweight Champion and still undefeated, Floyd "Kid" Austin Schofield.
Came in right and got the business.
An outstanding performance by Floyd "Kid" Austin Schofield when he needed that performance.
So let's see
who's
likely. We're waiting for the post-fight interview.
Let's check in with Ariel Helwani.
And we're going to talk about the rankings.
Kid Schofield.
Thank you, guys.
He's ranked number 8 by the IBF.
After everything you've been through this year, after everything that has been said about you, all the back and forth, all the trials and tribulations, can you possibly put into words what you are feeling right now after a performance like that?
It just feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. You know, I've been doubted, you know.
That was impressive.
What happened, you know, in February. And a lot of people didn't think I would win this fight. It's just a lot of emotion,
I could see even when they were saying your name, you were getting emotional. You were choking up. All of that is coming back to you now.
Yeah, I love Tevin. I love his family. They're nice. Tevin's my friend, and I think it's more so like, you know, I had to do that to a friend. You know, I love you, Tevin. Thank you for taking the fight, and I'm glad you made it out safe. Yeah, I'm just, you know, excited, and, you know, my baby boy back home, you know, yeah, I love you, Junior. I love you, Junior. This is for you. You know, after what happened in February, I was depressed, and, you know, I wanted to quit boxing. You know, I wanted to, you know.
This is what happened in February, if you want to.
So much because, you know, reading the comments
read it.
Got to me at one point, and my baby boy kept me afloat, and, you know, he kept me pushing, and I would like to thank my dad. I know a lot of people don't like him, but to me, he's the best dad in the world, and I never trade for anything. And I would like to give a shout out to my little sister, Kennedy Davies. It's her 14th birthday. We love you. Yes.
A lot to
very humble interview.
About. You said a lot of people didn't think that you could do this. Was there ever a point where you started doubting yourself, that you started to believe that you couldn't do something like this?
No, I never had doubt. Just because I read the comments, it just made me feel some type of way that a lot of people switched up on me after one incident, and seeing comments that Tevin would stop me and all this other stuff. No, I just, you know, my dad kept me focused. My baby son kept me focused. You know, he's my pride and my joy, and I'll fight to the death for him. All
right, you won me over Schofield.
His dad was a warrior.
You won me.
A lot of big names in this weight class. You were tied to some of them not that long ago. What does this win do for you? Where does it put you? In essence, who do you want next?
I'll leave that up to Oscar and my team. You know they're guiding me. You know they're guiding me correct. But Shakur, you better focus what you got on in July, because Zepeda's coming.
That big one on July 12th. Let's bring in the Hall of Famer, Oscar De La Hoya. I saw you pumping your fist afterwards. Describe what you just witnessed.
You know, Kid Austin has been through a lot. I'm happy for him. We are just so proud of him. And just right now, you saw the future star at 100.
I like Austin, Texas.
Pounds. He put everybody on notice from now on.
Who do you want to see him fight next?
Let's go. Anybody. The winner of William Zepeda and
Shakur.
All
right. Well, that's in New York, and a little less than a month for now, though. Enjoy this victory. Hey, Anaheim, show some love to Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield.
Thank you, guys. I love you.
So is he going to move up in weight? Because this fight took place at 135, as you can see. He went in at 134 3/4. So if he was to fight Shakur Stevenson, and the fight was already in talks, it was already set, but he got sick. And he started getting a lot of abuse on social media. Like, fans were ripping him apart. Hell, I told you at the beginning of the video, if he didn't look good, I was going to crucify him. But he grown on me, though, so, you know, I'm kind of glad I didn't. And impressive performance, because Tevin Farmer's been stopped before, but not like that. And that was at the beginning of his career, back 13 years ago. So he's been known to be a very durable fighter. So just to get bulldozed like that, it's like, sheesh. I remember William Zepeda couldn't do it in 2 fights. And if the first one was a split decision, the second one was a majority. So, you know, William Zepeda has barely scraped through. And for Schofield to go out there and do that to him? Now what? 19-0 with 13 KOs, 22 years old? You know, the sky's the limit. So let's talk about the 135-pound division. Lomachenko retired. So Raymond Muratalla was elevated to the full champion. My personal opinion, I'm going to call him the weakest of the champions. Just my personal opinion. Tank Davis is going to be taking on Lamont Roach, looking like it's going to be August the 16th. Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda. When is this fight? Is it the 19th? I get the dates between Usyk and Dubois 2 and this card. They're weeks apart, 2 weeks apart. So this one's going to be on the 12th. Tickets are not doing very well, by the way. So Shakur Stevenson is going to be taking on William Zepeda on the 12th. To unify. No, wait a minute. They're fighting at 135. What am I thinking about? What am I talking about? I'm tripping. I thought I'm sorry, guys. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For those who've been watching me for a long time, you know I've been away from boxing, not as full time, so I've been kind of confused, but we back. All right, so here we go. Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda are going to be fighting July, and then if Shakur Stevenson beats Zepeda, then I'm guessing they're going to revisit the Floyd Schofield fight, which was supposed to happen back in February in Saudi Arabia. You got Andy Cruz, who is, which one is Andy Cruz? I believe Andy Cruz was in an eliminator or final eliminator to be the mandatory. Well, anyway, he's going the IBF route. Tank Davis, August the 16th, fight Lamont Roach in a rematch. And Keyshawn Davis, who I did a video on him. It's about 6 videos before this, where he crashed out, well, anyway, he lost his belt because he missed weight by 4.3 pounds. So the WBO is vacant. So you're going to have Abdullah Mason taking on Sam Nook. So as I was saying, it's not as strong as it used to be, but you got a lot of potential when it comes to prospects, new champions. Now, a lot of these new future champions, they haven't really done anything really of note yet outside of now Schofield. He's got Tevin Farmer on his record, and he did better than Zepeda. So him versus Shakur Stevenson is the fight I want to see. Now, as far as Tank Davis is concerned, we don't know what he wants to do. Remember, this guy was in talks to fight Jake Paul, and I'm not mad at Tank Davis for fighting Jake Paul. I'm mad at Jake Paul for wanting to fight 5'3" Tank Davis when he's fighting Chavez Jr. and going to get a ranking if he beats Chavez Jr. at fucking cruiserweight. That was a thing. That was a real thing. If Tank Davis cleanly beat Lamont Roach, it would have been Tank Davis, Jake Paul around this time, sometime this summer. It was in serious talks. It was going to happen. And years ago, not even years ago, about 2-3 years ago, Al Heyman would have told Jake Paul to go suck a dick. He would have never let Tank Davis do no shit like that. But anyway, the new blood of the 135-pound division, of course, Floyd Schofield, Raymond Maratala, and I'm talking about the new blood, Abdullah Mason. Let me see who else. Andy Cruz, he's in that new blood. Who else really sticks out as far as new blood? That's the new blood. I'm talking about new, into the division. Lucas Bowley, okay, I've been hearing a lot about him. Watched a couple of fights of his, haven't done any videos, but as you can see, really solid division. Edwin De Los Santos is there as well. So realistically, if it's not Shakur Zepeda Winner next, let's see. Denise Baranchek, Maxie Hughes, Ricardo Nunez. I can see them going that route. Roger Gutierrez, wild card Isaac Cruz. I'm talking about fights that I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and fights Zaire Abdulayev. Mark Maxeo, maybe. It's going to be interesting to see what him and his team does next. But yeah, first round knockout. Shout out to look at Malik Scott wife, man. Shout out Philly, stand up. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. I'm TstreeT Controversy with 5U360.